All right. Good morning, guys. Okay, let me quickly introduce myself. I hope you guys are able to see my screen. All right. So, uh, my name is Avinash Parti, and I'm working as a specialist cloud and infrastructure services. I have total 9+ years of experience, and I'm a AWS solution architect professional certified. And also like security specialist certification, associate multiple certifications, also certified in Azure and Red Hat, even in GCP also. Right. So if you want to get in touch with me or you want to see my professional journey, professional career, where I am working and all these things, so here is a LinkedIn link. You can follow this. So you can get connected to me over this LinkedIn platform. All right. So basically, yeah. Can someone confirm me that am I audible and you're able to see my screen over chat box? All right. Thanks, Kishore. Okay, so as this is a demo session, we are not allowing everyone to unmute themselves. So the problem is like, we are going to get a lot of background noises, and in demo session, some guys joined just for time pass also. They're going to play some songs and all. We faced all these issues earlier. So that is the reason we are not allowing everyone to unmute when session is happening. But once this, after a couple of sessions later, yes, you do have an option to unmute at any time. You can discuss by unmuting your mic at any time. Even today also, I'll allow you to unmute at end of the session. If you have any questions, we can discuss that. And also for every single batch, I'm going to get some general questions like, whether this course suits me or not, what are the things required, along with this, what I need to learn. So you might have such type of questions. I'm going to take you through such type of questions also at end of this session. Okay. So, but to start with, first we're going to discuss what exactly cloud computing is. So, and also this is an online classroom session. Simultaneously, we are going to have a classroom also here, as well as online. So I'm going to, deal with both at a time. So the first thing, what exactly this cloud computing is? And is it a brand new technology? Is it a new technology? Technically, no. Are we using this cloud computing in our day-to-day activities? A big yes. So, if you're using a smartphone, that means you're using cloud computing. So, most of us use either iPhone or Android phone, right? If it is an iPhone, iCloud account is mandatory. So, whenever you're creating an iCloud account, you're going to get a 5 GB storage. Okay. So, you can upload your documents, you can upload your images into that 5 GB storage. But the question is, where that 5 GB files, we are uploading it to that 5 GB, where the files are storing? Is it storing in your phone itself? No. If it is storing only in your phone, you can go to some different laptop and you can log in and you can see all the files there also. If you're using Android, Google Drive, whenever you create a Gmail account, by default, you're going to get a 15 gigs of storage, right? So that 15 gig storage, we can use to store all our files. Okay. So, but all these files, is it storing in our local laptop? The answer is no. It's not storing in our local laptop. So you can go to your friend's network and you can log in by giving your username and password, and you can see all that files. You go to different network, you log in, you can see all that files. So basically, it's not storing in your local laptop. It's storing somewhere else. That somewhere else is nothing but cloud computing. Where exactly it is storing, that is nothing but cloud computing. So the organizations like Google, Apple, Dropbox, like Box, right? So even Amazon also have Amazon Drive, but now they stopped using it. They stopped supporting it. So they are also going to give you 5 GB storage. So they are maintaining dedicated servers, storages, network, databases. So whenever you are authenticating yourself, so then you're able to see all the files, all the data. Okay, if you're giving wrong username and password, it won't allow you to. For that purpose, they're maintaining a database. So they have a storage to have all our data. So cloud computing is nothing but instead of using your own network resources, instead of storing files in your own laptop, instead of having files in your phone, you are uploading to some remote network. You are uploading all the files to some remote network. So from that remote network is available across the globe. Wherever you are, doesn't matter. You can access all the files anywhere from the via internet. You can access all the files. So that is what cloud computing. AWS is a cloud computing service provider. AWS is a cloud service provider. So whatever the data we are uploading, it is storing somewhere else. Instead of data, what AWS is going to get, AWS is going to get server, network, applications, database, right? So some different mechanisms are there. We'll talk about that in coming slides. Okay. So these servers, network and all, we are going to get from the service provider, that is AWS. We are the consumers. So you can create an account and you can start using it. So that's a cloud computing mechanism. In simple, if you ask me what is cloud computing, it's like, in general example, staying in a rented house, staying in a hostel, staying in a hotel. Okay. If you want to build your own house, we need to put a lot of efforts, right? We need to have a lot of amount first. So huge upfront required. We need to have a lot of amount. We need to invest a lot. So then only we can build the house. Okay. So, but if you are staying in a rented house, you don't need to have a lot of amount. How much required for that month, and that too, it cloud actually works with a mechanism called pay as you go mechanism. You first use the resources, so then pay for it. Whatever the bill generated, by using credit card or debit card or by using some invoices. So you're going to get a bill for the resources you actually utilize. Pay for that actually utilize resources only. Okay, so you don't need to have a lot of upfront. That's the reason a lot of companies are going behind this cloud computing. Okay, earlier, before we have this cloud computing, still companies are developing an application and they're delivering. But it's not that much easy. If a company if an organization want to deliver an application, how much effort they need to put, So they need to have a space, they need to have a data center, or at least some servers, some networks, some database servers, right? And that server is going to run continuously 24/7. So proper cooling systems, physical security, right? So these all things are required. These all things are required. Then only that organization can deliver an application. So So these all things are going to require a lot of upfront costs. So you need to first invest a lot. So then you can start using the resources. Okay. So, but because of this huge upfront required, lot of small and medium range organizations, so they are not ready to build the infrastructure to deliver their applications. Okay. So when this cloud comes, right, you can get everything instantly. You need a server, you can get it. You need a server, you can get it immediately. You need a database, you can get it immediately. It's just like a portal where you can log in and where you can create server, network, databases and all. Okay. So that's the reason many of the organizations are adapting cloud computing. Many organizations adapting cloud computing just because of cost. The primary reason is cost. The primary reason is cost. Secondary reason is how much time we need to invest to build the infrastructure. So if it is a physical server, we need to spend lot of our efforts to get the server, to put it in a server rack. You need to purchase server rack, network rack, power connectivity, cooling systems. All these, we need to take care if it is a physical server, physical resources. But when it is cloud, no need to worry about all these things. All you just to need to create an account. You need a server. Okay, what configuration you require? Select it, then launch a server, start using it. So it's the process is automated. The simple example is, so before this pandemic and all, this COVID and all, if you want to send money to your friend, how much effort you need to put? So before this pandemic, we are not very habituated to this phone pay, Google Pay, right? Okay, very, very less usage is there. So you have some amount with you, you have some money. So in your bank account, you want to send that money to your friend. So you need to go to bank, you need to fill some voucher. So then when you hand over that to cashier, that guy will transfer from your account to that another account. Pumpinchu, first pumpinchu. No. First pumpinchu. Right. So yeah. So you want to transfer money from your account to one of your friend's account. So you need to go to bank, you need to fill the voucher, or else if direct bank to bank transfer is not available, first you need to withdraw money from your bank account. You need to go to your friend's bank account. For example, you are using HDFC, your friend is using ICICI. So then you need to go to HDFC, you need to withdraw all the amount. You need to go to ICICI. So then you need to fill another voucher and you need to deposit, right? So this entire process is going to take a lot of time. This entire process is going to take a lot of time. But now the same process, how quickly you're able to send money to your friend? You're taking out your phone. Okay. So enter your friend's phone number. So then send money via phone pay or Google Pay. So in first example also I'm sending money to my friend. In this example also I'm sending money to my friend only. But how easily we are able to do that? That is what automation is. If you want to build an infrastructure, if you want to deliver a website, how much effort we need to put? That all efforts got reduced because of this cloud computing. Okay. So another simple example. In 2000s, if you want to send a movie to your friend, we used to courier the DVD. CDs or DVDs, we used to courier. Yes, we don't have any other option. At that time, there is no Google Drive, Dropbox. Okay. And so, but now, if you want to share some file, you simply upload to Google Drive your account, generate a link, give that link to your friend, and he can download it immediately. Okay. So the same thing, but automated. So this cloud computing also automated process. Your organization or whatever the company you are going to work in future, that organization no need to put much efforts to create the data center. You know how exactly data center looks like? Have you ever watched any data center video? Okay. If you have some time, you go through this. So everybody uses Google, right? Gmail.com, everybody uses Google, right? So you never got any doubt that how Google data center is? There is a video in YouTube, Google data center. this video. So this is billing actually. So a lot of physical securities. Whenever we want to go to that server floor, right? The security systems they're talking now. Iris authentication, biometric authentication, and this is a server floor. See, these all are the servers that Google is maintaining for us. Okay. So even if any device lifetime completes, they are going to destroy it physically. There is a standard NIST. So but they follow that NIST standard. So you can even find that here. They're physically destroying it. You see? So not only this, even cooling systems, the servers are going to run 24/7. If you run your laptop for 1 hour, you can do an omelette, right? That much heat it is going to generate. Okay. So, but server, just imagine thousands of the servers running in a single floor. Okay. So it's going to generate a lot of temperature. So for that temperature, they are using this copper mechanism. These all are the cooling systems. Okay. So not only this, just to reduce that heat cost, what Microsoft did, they build undersea data center. So they put all the servers, Microsoft underwater data center. You see, this is a data center. See that? So the primary reason why they are putting it underwater, to reduce that heat and all. So these all of the servers and that connected via cable and all that continuously monitored. Okay. So you can see that here. Right? So similar way, organizations, they need to put a lot of efforts to deliver that infrastructure. So we are simply creating an account we have started using, but in backend, those all things are happening. As I told you, just like a hotel business or staying in a rented house. If you want to build your own house, you need to spend a lot of amount. But if you are staying in a rented house, 10,000 per month is okay. And if something is not working, for example, some water leakage, some power tripping happening, will you fix it? Will you bear that amount? What you will do? You will call the owner, okay, this is what the issue, and that guy need to pay. So similarly here, whenever Gmail file is down, whenever WhatsApp is down, you all use WhatsApp, right? Sometimes WhatsApp goes down, Gmail also goes down. So can you do anything to fix that? No, right? So basically, similar way here, the entire infrastructure is managed by those organizations. They will take care about maintenance things and all. You simply create an account and you simply start using it. So that is what cloud computing mechanism is. So there is a technical definition for it. This is what the technical definition for cloud computing. And the organization called NIST, National Institute of Standard and Technology, they have given this definition. So cloud computing is a model for enabling ubiquitous on-demand access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources that can be provisioned and released with minimal management effort and no service provider interaction. Looks like a Chinese movie. But whatever thing we talked so far, that all part of this definition. So, whatever the resources we are going to get from cloud computing, the servers, network, databases, applications, and services, right? These all ubiquitous means you can access anywhere from the world. Ubiquitous means You can access anywhere from the world based on your convenience. Based on your convenience, you can pick the resource and you can start using it. You can pick and you can start using it. And those all resources. So we are not going to get it in dedicated mechanism. The logic is very simple. So whenever you are creating a Gmail account, you are going to get a 15 GB storage. Correct? So is Google maintaining a dedicated hard disk drive for that 15 GB? So you created multiple accounts and you forgot some passwords also, right? So for every single account, is Google maintaining a dedicated hard disk? Also, we have an option, okay, 15 GB is full, you can increase to 1 TB plan, 500 GB plan, 2 TB plan, right? So are they moving data from one device to another device? So technically, no. They are using a virtualization mechanism. Virtually, they are maintaining the storage. They have huge storage. Virtually, okay, this is your 15 GB. Whenever you gave username and password, you will log into your 15 GB. This another 15 GB. Whenever you gave username and password, you log into that another 15 GB. So virtually, they are maintaining. Okay. So here also, not only storage, whatever the computing resources we are going to take, these all computing resources comes under shared pool mechanism. Virtually multiple users. You know, Uber pool, carpooling, multiple users are going to use same resource. So similar way, all these computing resources can be used by multiple organizations. One server can host, one physical server can host multiple virtual servers. One server for one organization, another server for another organization. Don't worry about security. We have mechanisms for that. Okay. So what is the advantage here? You want to travel from Amirpet to Madhapur. You have Uber Pool. You have Uber Prime. So which one is pocket friendly? Uber Pool or Ola Share is pocket friendly. So, but along with you, some another guy also may travel, right? Some another guy also may travel. That is a difference here. Same mechanism here. You have a physical server. If you are okay to share that server with another customer, you will get charged less. But I have a security concern. I don't want to share that server with any other organizational users. So then we can go with the dedicated mechanism. You no need to share the resources. We have multiple, but the advantages comes with a shared mechanism. And again, to create these resources, to deliver these resources, we really don't need to put much effort. We no need to put much effort. It's going to be a simple portal we can do via portal only. Creating resource, increasing the server capacity, decreasing the server capacity. These all we can do on the go. For example, I have a server that is in stopped state. I can simply show you. See, if you want to launch a server, how difficult it is. I need a server. My requirement, I need a server. Is it very easy or difficult? When coming to on-premise mechanism? Okay, let me narrow down that. I need a laptop immediately with 16 GB RAM. Okay, 500 GB hard disk. And 16 virtual CPUs, 16 CPU. I need a device now. Can I get it immediately by sitting here itself? I need to go to shops like, HP, Dell, all these shops. I need to finalize the quotation. So then I can get the device, right? But if you're using cloud computing, you can get it virtually immediately. All you need to have is a browser with internet connectivity. Okay. So here I have a server already. So, but this server is in stopped state. Why? Because I'm not using it. This is a server. This is a server called Jump server. This server, generally I'm using it for some R&D purpose. But I don't require it now. For example, today till 2 p.m. I don't require this server. If I keep it in running state, I'm going to get charged for it. Again, I don't want to delete it. So that's the reason I kept it in stopped state. I kept it in stopped state. When I really required, I can go here. I can simply start the server. Now see what is happening. It first coming to pending state. Then it comes to running state. Then it comes to running state. So once it is in running state, then I can get connected to it and I can start using it. So did I put much effort? So let me take the same example. I told you that I need a server, I need a machine or laptop with what operating system you required? Okay, Windows operating system. So then what is the configuration you required? I told you we have different configurations. You need 8 GB RAM 1, 32 GB RAM 1, 16 GB RAM 1, 32 GB RAM. If you scroll down, you can even find 4 TB RAM capacity server also. You see this? 3904 gigs memory. Memory is nothing but RAM, right? So I can launch a server that comes with 120 CPUs, 128 CPUs, 3904 GB memory. If we have 16 GB memory itself, we feel like a supercomputer, right? But 4 TB RAM, I'm not talking about storage. Storage, I can give it like here, 16 TB and all. I can give it 16 TB here. That is the maximum it supports. Okay. So you see this configuration. So for this, am I really putting much effort? If I go out and if I ask a manufacturer for this configuration, first of all, he is going to take a pass. Okay. Why this guy required 4 TB? So then he need to, lot of discussions involved, and finally he is going to give a quotation to us. And if you are okay with the pricing, then you need to do a purchase order. So then that purchase will process and they will take 3 weeks or 4 weeks to deliver the server. Finally, okay, server came. Where you are going to keep it? You need a place, you need a room. Okay, fine. On a table, are you going to keep it? No, right? So to put these servers, we are going to have a server racks. Okay. So this is how exactly the server racks looks like. These are the server racks. We are going to place servers within this. It's a 42U. Okay. So you need to purchase this. Only that is fine, sufficient. What about cooling? What about power connectivity? Generally, the servers will come with redundant power supply. 2 plugs. For example, for your laptop, only 1 power source, right? You are going to connect to your home power. But if power gone, stops. But for servers, we are going to have redundant power connectivity. You are going to have another plug to connect to another power source. If one goes down, also another one. So you need to have regular power, UPS systems. And for cooling, obviously, server is going to contain a lot of sensitive information. If someone steal your hard disk, you need to have a security also. So just for one server, how many components you need to take care? Your requirement is only one server. You are going to deliver something, a website or something. But if you are maintaining it physically, how many external components you require? All these amount you need to spend from your pocket upfront. Whether your application is going to work or not doesn't matter. Okay. It may be a hit or your client may like it or he may reject it. That's a secondary thing. But currently you need to invest all these things. And when coming to cloud, not really required. Currently, I need a basic configuration server. You go and take a basic configuration server. Tomorrow, my requirement is increasing. My user count is increasing. I need a higher configuration one. So then you go and increase the capacity. For example, this server is running with T2 micro. That means 1 CPU, 1 gig of the RAM capacity. But I'm feeling a bit slow with this configuration. I decided to upgrade it. I want to add some resources to the server. So then what I'm doing, I'm stopping this for temporarily. Once it got stopped, it is still stopping. Let's wait for a. All right, it is in stopped state now. I can go here. I can change instant type. And here, currently it is running with T2 micro. I'm taking it to T2 medium. Apply. You see this? Now it is running with upgraded configuration. I can simply go here and I can start a server. So from T2 micro, it is coming to T2 medium. T2 medium configuration is, I'll show you. This is what T2 medium. Initially, it is with one CPU, 1 GB memory. But now it is 2 CPU, 4 GB memory. So is it very difficult? For example, after some time I change my mind. Okay, I really don't require T2 medium. I want to downgrade it. I can go and downgrade it. This is the advantage we are going to get with virtualization. If you are dealing with physical resources, if I want to do the same thing, how much time I need to put? If this is a physical laptop, I want to add 2 more GB RAM. I need to shut down physically. I need to remove from server rack. So then I need to insert that new RAM. So then I need to fit it. So how much time it is going to take? But here, how easily we are able to do it. Now it is running with upgraded configuration. If you change your mind, you can go and stop it. So the main advantage here is pay as you go mechanism. Pay as you go means pay for the resources you are actually using. For some time, I have used T2 micro. Hardly 1 minute I have used. Correct. I need to pay for that 1 minute only. I just need to pay for that 1 minute only. Now I have upgraded. For upgraded configuration, I need to pay. If I kept it in stopped state, I don't need to pay anything. Okay. So that is the primary advantage. That's the reason many of the organizations are running behind this cloud computing. Okay. So that is what we are talking here. To provision the resources, to release the resources, minimal management effort, no need to put much effort. And also, no service provider interaction or minimal service provider interaction. To increase this capacity, did I contact AWS? Did I contact AWS? No. I'm doing it myself. Why? Because it is self-managed portal. Okay. So now clear with this cloud computing definition. All the computing resources will be available anywhere from the world. Whenever you want, you take it on demandly. Whatever the service you require, you can pick it. So the best example for this on demand is everybody have direct to home DTH service, right? Your DTH service provider will give you 1,000 channels. Are you going to purchase all the 1,000 channels? You are going to purchase only Telugu package or sports package, or you do have an option to pick channels also manually. So even if they're giving you 1,000, what exactly you required, you are picking, that is what on demand. Here also, this AWS is giving n number of the configurations, but what exactly I required, I'm picking that. So that is what on demand means. Everywhere based on our convenience, on demandly, we can pick all these computing resources. To create these resources, we don't need to put much effort. You don't need to contact the service provider also. That is what NIST definition. This is official definition. If you go to Google also, just look for NIST definition of cloud computing. You can find same. I just did copy paste from the document. Okay. So if you ask me to simplify it, this is what my definition of cloud computing. Cloud computing means storing and accessing data and programs over the internet instead of your local computer hard disk. That's it. Okay. So clear with this cloud computing definition? So why we are discussing this cloud computing? AWS is a cloud service provider. First of all, you need to know what is cloud and its terminologies. So then only you can clearly understand what exactly AWS is delivering. Okay. So these are the advantages of cloud computing. The first one is on-demand and self-service. We discussed. AWS also giving all these services here. When you go to AWS dashboard, so you click on view all services. These all services AWS is giving. Okay. So based on your requirement, you go and pick on demandly. That is what I talked some time back. On demandly, you go and pick that service and you start using it. That is the first advantage. And it's a self-service. You can create, you can delete, you can modify. Okay. So then broad network access and high availability. When coming to this broad network access and high availability, you need to understand AWS global infrastructure. So AWS has data centers across the globe. AWS has 26 regions, 84 or 86 availability zones. Availability zone is nothing but a data center. Sometime back, we have seen one video, right? Google data center video. Such type of data centers, we have 86 across the globe. You know, one is in work in Hyderabad. So by this year end, we are going to get a data center in Hyderabad. We already have one in Mumbai. In Mumbai, AWS have 3 data centers. Okay, so if you observe here, AWS have footprints across the globe. Ireland, London, Milan, Paris, Bahrain, Ohio, Northern Virginia, Cape Town. You take any corner of the world, they have a region. Within this region, they have data centers. Now I selected Mumbai. Within Mumbai, we have 3 data centers. Where exactly I want to launch my server, I do have an option to choose. Okay, so same thing. If I want to do it myself, it's my company, for example, my company, I have a thought to deliver my application to across the world users, right? How much money I need to invest to build offices in all these locations? But it's already there. I can use that infrastructure and I can pay for it. So companies no need to put efforts to build data centers across the globe. These guys already have. So you can use such resources. The logic is very simple. You are going to roam across multiple cities. Are you going to build a house in each and every city? No, right? So, but you do have an option to stay in a hotel. If you're in Hyderabad, stay in Taj Krishna. If you go to Bangalore, stay in Vivanta. If you go to Chennai, stay in Coromandel. These are all Taj only, right? So we are utilizing all the Taj resources to stay. So whose responsibility is to maintain hotels in all the cities? That is Taj Group responsibility. Correct? So same mechanism here. So to do the business, to deliver my application, I'm going to utilize all these resources instead of building a data center in all these locations. So that is what another advantage here, broad network access and high availability. Okay. So then third thing is resource pooling. Sometime back I told you, if you're okay to share the resources, so you can go and share it, then you are going to get charged less. If you don't want to share the resource, you can go with a dedicated mechanism. Even for the server we launched here, whenever we are creating this server and all, it will ask us the tenancy mechanism. You see here, you want to go with the shared mechanism, run a shared hardware server or run a dedicated. Whenever you are selecting dedicated, you see, if you are okay to bear the additional charges, AWS also don't share underlying resource with anyone. If you are okay to share it, see that is gone. Additional charges gone. So that is a tenancy mechanism. So that's what resource pooling is. So then rapid elasticity. To explain this, what I did, whatever the server I have here, what is elasticity? You know, these rubber bands have elasticity. So you can increase, you can decrease, right? At some point of time, even it may break, right? So elasticity means you can increase and you can decrease. So for our resource also, see, initially small configuration, then I have stretched it to higher configuration. Then again, I came back to lower configuration. So do my resource have elasticity? And that too rapidly I'm doing. I'm not really putting much effort to perform that elasticity. So that is a rapid elasticity also. Another advantage of this cloud computing. So then measured service. Technically, this measured service is a pay-as-you-go mechanism. Whatever the resource you are using in AWS, you are going to get a bill for that resource only. For example, in AWS, we have these many services, right? I'm going to get bill for all these services. If we go to this billing dashboard, it will show us the services that we are actually using. When we navigate to bills, you see here, if you observe last month bill, it's around $3 for me. And you see, not all the services we have in AWS. So only some services it is showing here. For servers, $1.75, for load balancer something, right? So for S3 some. So what exactly resource I'm really using? So for that resource only, I'm going to get charged. So that is for measured service. Even this resource also, if I'm running a server for 1 hour, I'm going to get charged for that particular 1 hour only. You see here, I have a server that I ran for 96 hours last month. So for that only, I got this bill. And what configuration I'm running? So for the selected configuration only, we are going to get charged. So everything is measured. Based on that usage only, you will get charged. So that is a pay as you go. Another mechanism is there, pay as you grow. Whenever you are using small configuration, less charge, higher configuration, more charge. Okay. So these are the advantages of cloud computing. So while we are discussing this, we already discussed some advantages also. So then we have deployment models. I'll just give a touch base. I'll take you through in detail in our tomorrow session, these deployment models and service models. But now I'll just give a touch base. I'll just give a overview. So basically public cloud is like it's open for everyone. Public cloud is open for everyone. It's like a public transport. L&T Metro, anyone can use it, right? Any restrictions? If you're a student, they won't allow you. Anyone can. Only mandatory thing is you need to purchase a ticket. That's it. Okay. So similar way, public cloud platform is open for everyone. Anyone can go and start using that resources. That is a public cloud. The second one is private cloud. It's like your own car. Your own car. Okay. So your own car, you can use it. If required, your family member can use it. But are you going to give it to anyone? Everyone? No, right? So basically, private cloud is designed to, the resources designed to utilized by only one particular organization. One organization. So who is building, who is designing? That depends. If they have a lot of resources, they can build a data center and they can use it. Or if they don't know how to build it, they can give contract to some organization also. Okay. So private cloud, the main purpose is that is dedicated to only one particular organization. Third one is a hybrid cloud. It's a combination of multiple cloud computing platforms. Okay. Either it is like, AWS plus Azure, or AWS plus GCP, or Azure plus GCP, or your organization already have some resources, some servers, network. Technically, we call it as a on-premise. On-premise means the same location of your company. So your company already have some servers, but they really don't want to purchase new servers. Okay, so they want to extend their infrastructure to cloud. So what they can do, they can enable communication between existing resource to AWS resource. This is one example. Another example is, so they have like, some service is very, very cheap in AWS. Another service is very, very cheap in Azure. Can I run one service here and another service here and can I deliver my application? We can. We can. So, okay, in this scenario, you need to depend on VPN connectivity, site-to-site connectivities, right? So then we can enable the communication. All right. So then we can deliver the application. In this scenario, we are using two different cloud computing platforms. So technically, we call it as a hybrid cloud. Hybrid depends. For example, if you are using AWS as well as GCP, both are public, but both are different service providers, right? So then we can call it as a hybrid. In this scenario, in another scenario, you have some resource in on-premise, your organization already have a data center, and you are using AWS. In this scenario, is this your organization open for everyone? But this AWS is open for everyone, so we can call it as a, again, hybrid. It's a combination of multiple. Either it is a public plus public, private plus private, or public plus private. Okay. So the community is nowadays very, very less organizations are using this. Community cloud is like a group of organizations. They're going to build a data center. Only those group of organizations will utilize it. What exactly this community means? Forget about technical thing. Community. So nowadays is where you are saying, I'm staying in this community. Right. So your requirement is you need a house. You want to have a swimming pool, a tennis court, a small auditorium, a banquet hall, something like that. Okay. So if you want to build all these things to yourself, you need to have at least 5 acres land, right? If you have that much money, like, so you can build a palace itself. So, but I have all those requirements, but I don't have that much money. Then I can simply stay in a community. But the problem is, along with you, remaining community members also can use a swimming pool, can use a tennis court, can use a banquet hall. Okay. So, similar way, organization have some requirement to build a data center, but they don't have enough money. Who have similar requirement? So they are going to group together. So then they will utilize the resource. It's not a new mechanism, guys. For example, Sunday evening, you want to have a party, but you have only 500 rupees. One full bottle is 1500 rupees. What you will do? You will ask your friend, right? Array, how much you have? Then another friend, okay, I have 200. The next, array, how much you have? I have 1000. Okay, let's start the party. That is what community. Not one guy. Everybody want to drink, have a party there, and everybody is contributing. So that is the community cloud. Okay. So group of organization. Again, don't worry. I'll show you. I'll take you in detail about this in our next session. Okay. So yeah. So this is a technical discussion for today. So whoever came late. So my name is Avinash Reddy Tipparthi. I'm an AWS certified security professional, security specialist. So you can find me in my LinkedIn. Here is a LinkedIn profile, or else just go to LinkedIn. Just go to LinkedIn and search for Avinash Tipparthi. My surname is a bit difficult to pronounce, even spelling also. Okay, so this is what my profile, and you can find all my achievements and all here. Right, where exactly I work, what exactly, like, certifications or all those things I do. So even you can verify that. For example, I'm saying I'm a certified professional. So, you can go here and you can verify when I did that certification, right? So, yeah, security specialist also I did, but that too almost 3 years back. Even it got expired recently. Okay, so you can find all those things here. And not only that, even like, I'm just showcasing my skills, nothing more than that here. AWS certified security professional, security specialist. 3 years back, I did this, and generally every certification validity is 3 years. So, 3 years completed, and this is even expired. I need to recertify. Solution architect associate. This is also expired. So then I did CSAP certification when coming to AWS in 2017 itself. And not only that, even I did certifications in Azure. And even I did certification in GCP also. That again, different platform. It's in different platform. Even that certification, I need to recertify now. That is going to be, yeah, you see this? Your Google Cloud certification will expire soon. By 29th September, it's going to expire. I need to recertify. Okay. So, yeah, that is my technical proficiency. And I'm working for one Hyderabad-based MNC. So whoever here in classroom, they can verify that. Online users, I cannot show. It's loading. That's loading. It's from official site. Okay. Right. So now, couple of things. I'm with Naresh IT from almost last 6 years onwards. 5.5, 6 years onwards, I'm with Naresh IT only. And I already completed 100 plus batches with Naresh IT. Okay. So generally, I work for a UK-based project. So morning times I take sessions, then evening from 2 o'clock onwards, I'll do my office work. Right. So when coming to some regular questions, for every single batch, I'm going to get some regular questions. So let me quickly take you through that regular questions first. Then I'm going to take all your questions if you still have any. Right. Let me share my screen. Okay. So the first question: who can learn Amazon Web Services? So, many questions comes on this. I don't have any experience in any domain. I'm from non-IT background. Can I learn Amazon Web Services? So can I understand it? So my responsibility, I'll make you to understand the subject. My responsibility is I'll make you to understand the subject. Okay. So whether you are from IT background or non-IT background doesn't matter. You both are sitting here. That means you both are same. Whoever came from IT, CSC also sitting here. Whoever from Triple E, EC also, they're sitting here. See, if your BTech is giving knowledge to get a job, you won't be sitting here. So that is just a piece of paper. And whatever course you did, IT, like CSC, ECE, Triple E, end of the day you want to join to IT. So that's the reason you are here. So whatever the stream you belong to doesn't matter to me. I'm going to teach you from basics. Networking basics, computing basics, storage basics. First, we start from scratch. Even a no-voice guy also can understand AWS. So making you to understand is my responsibility. In return, what you need to do? You need to spend some time to practice on every single day. You need to have a practice window every single day. Practice on same day. Then definitely you can master an AWS. That is the first thing. Second, so do we really need to learn Linux? The answer is yes. Basic Linux is definitely recommended. The reason is, sometime back I have shown you, I launched the server, right? So the server may run with Windows operating system or Linux operating system. Our job is not done just launching a server. Okay. So sometimes we need to do some OS level configurations also. So you need to know, get connected to it, make it as a web server. So such type of activities you obviously need to know. Okay. So for that purpose, as part of the course, we are going to learn Linux. That's the first thing. Along with that, I already prepared a Linux course. Pre-recorded course, everything on AWS environment only. I'm going to share that course with you guys. That is second thing. Third thing is, Naresh IT is giving a free Linux course who joins to AWS. So whatever the option is comfort to you, you pick that option and have basic knowledge on Linux operating system. That is definitely required. Don't worry. Even initially, I also worried about Linux operating system. I started my career as a Windows and VMware administrator. Then forcefully, I came to AWS project. Later on, I thanked God. Why? Because that's a booming technology. It's good in market, very less resources at that time. Okay. So, it's not going to be difficult to learn Linux. So, I'm going to teach you that. Naresh IT is going to give that. The next question is, this is like, for an existing working guys, you might have a question, hey Avinash, I already have system administrator experience, DBA experience, storage admin experience. So will this course helps me? So the answer is a big yes. You see that? The big yes. I'll take your question. Yes, as part of the course, I'm going to take Linux classes. Along with that, whatever the Linux I already pre-recorded, I'm going to share you that. Okay. So these are the two options from me. Third option is from Naresh when coming to Linux. So some another faculty will teach that. Okay. So but first two options I'm going to deal with. Yeah. So when coming to this operations job, if you are an existing system administrator, network administrator, database administrator, storage administrator, monitoring guy, testing guy, so these all are operations, not into development. So if you learn AWS, it will take your career to next level. The reason is AWS is an automation. I already told you this. Cloud computing is not a new technology. It's an automated technology. It's an automated technology. So one guy is going to take care about storage, networking, databases, application services, security configurations, monitoring. These all things managed by one guy. One guy is sufficient to maintain a project. For backup purpose, for DR purpose, if this guy, left the company, for that purpose, we can have another guy, at least two members we're going to have. So, but one guy is going to do all these activities. We are going to learn those all modules here. We are going to learn user management, storage management, compute management, hosting solutions, network management, database management, security services, monitoring services. Everything is covering to deliver an application. On top of this, do you need any other component to deliver an application? No. Everything we are covering here. So basically, infra operations and operations we are going to take care here. So if you are already have some experience into any of that fields, so definitely it promotes your career to next stage. Okay. So that is for operations side. Another question I generally get, okay, hey Avinash, I'm from Java background. I'm from .NET background. I have 5 years experience in .NET or PHP or Python. Okay, so will this course helps me? So for that, this course is an added advantage. Why? Because you are not going to change your role. Even if you learn AWS also, whatever the programming experience you have, you are going to use it, but you are going to use it to automate the AWS resources. Okay, so if you want to promote yourself as a AWS developer, so then you need to have one of the programming language experience. So then you can learn AWS. The logic is very simple. If you want to automate something, you first need to do manual process. So that manual process about AWS, I'm going to teach you here. You use your programming experience and you apply that on some services. We have CDK, Cloud Development Kit. We have SDKs. Okay, we have serverless architectures like a Lambda. We have Cloud Formation. We have Cloud9. So I'm going to teach you these services. But am I going to teach Python to explain that services? No. Whatever the pre-configured codes I have, in my organization, we are using some codes. So I'm going to take that code and I'm going to deploy that here and I'm going to explain you that. So on top of that, once you know the process, so then you apply your skills. Whatever the programming language you know, you apply that skills. So then you promote yourself as an AWS developer. Okay. So that is if you are from any development background. So only two categories, either development or support. So both I talked. So then what certifications are we going to cover with this course? So first of all, certification is not mandatory. Certification won't give you job. Certification just added advantage to your profile. For example, in organizations, right? Why I wrote those many certifications? My company wanted. They want to maintain partnership API and Amazon partner network. Okay, so there is a requirement. If you want to maintain APNs, so they need to have certain number of certified guys. For example, if you're taking professional certification, the cost is $300 plus tax. It comes around 340 something, 330 something. Do I really need to spend $350 to showcase? No, my company bear that. I wrote that certification. Security specialist also 300 plus tax. Okay, associate 150 plus tax comes around 179 something. Okay, so if your organization is demanding, yes, you go and attempt that certification. If you want to showcase some, whenever you are switching some job by adding some experience and all, so in that scenario, I recommend you to not mandatory. There is a difference between recommended and mandatory. If you are adding some experience, recommend you to add certification. Okay, but not mandatory. You can get certification in any manner in Amirpet. Everything is possible in Amirpet. You want certification? Yes, I can give you. Right? Even I have a lot of certification questions. By end of this course, I'm going to share you 700 plus certification questions. That will help you to clear the certification. And that too, only associate level certifications. Professional level certifications, bit difficult to crack. And you must have at least 4 to 5 years real experience. So then only you can crack that exam. It's a bit difficult. Okay. So That is about certification. We are going to cover cloud practitioner basic certification, solution architect associate, sysaps administrator, developer associate. These certifications you can attempt with the course we are going to cover here. So then, is this course hands-on or how we are going to cover this? Are we going to have any real-time scenarios and all? Yes. So basically, this course is completely hands-on. This course is completely hands-on. Okay. So we are going to take a scenario, we are going to configure it, then we are going to build it. Okay. So 95%, remaining 5%, right? Some services I cannot explain here. The reason limitation, for example, let's take a service called server migration service. I want to migrate a server from local environment to AWS. To do this, or from VMware to AWS, to do this, I need to have a hardware that Naresh IT don't give. Like we need to have license like a VMware vSphere licenses that involve with cost, so that Naresh IT don't provide. And some services like a database migration service and all. So these, what I did, when I got the chance, I recorded the process. When I'm working in a project and all, I did that. So then I recorded it. Whatever the one I recorded, I'm going to share that with you guys. Even it's available in YouTube, guys. So go to YouTube, search for AWS Avinash Reddy. Search for this AWS Avinash Reddy, you can find this. Okay. If you go here, if you navigate to videos, if you scroll down to bottom, you can find some services like, server migration service. 4 years back, I did this. Storage gateway, this is a hybrid cloud. So how we can establish hybrid cloud? For that, this is the one. This is OpenVPN also, hybrid cloud mechanism only. So by taking you through this video, I'll explain. And not only AWS, by comparing AWS with Azure, I'm making Azure videos also, Azure administration videos. You see here, total 17 videos available for Azure. So whatever the thing I'm talking here in AWS, same you can apply with Azure and you can learn Azure also. See, the mechanism is very simple. If you know how to ride a Yamaha bike, you can ride Hero bike, right? So if you know, how to drive a car, you can drive another car also, right? Only thing is the options. Where is that option? How exactly that option? Okay. So you need to spend just some time and you need to understand the mechanism. Then you can apply your skills. That is what I did. Okay. So I applied my AWS skills and I'm explaining Azure also. So that you can find from YouTube. That's not a paid and I'm not taking any dedicated course for that. Okay. So that you can get it from YouTube. Right? So that is another thing. So as I told you, this migration things we are going to cover. And every single day, we are going to have a task. For example, generally, every day I'll take 2 sessions. One is 7:30 session and another one is 9 o'clock session. Today morning, we have discussed about databases. For them, I have given some tasks. You see here, I have given 3 tasks. This for today. So coming session topics also ready here. So similar way, I'm going to give you the tasks that simulates real-time activities. That simulates real-time activities, you can utilize that. Okay. So now another, are we going to cover any DevOps topics? So you might have a doubt, okay, do I need to learn DevOps along with AWS? Or do I need to join a dedicated course for that? So my suggestion, you first start with AWS. Why? Because AWS is an infra service. On top of infra only, you do any automation, anything. If you don't know, or if you are not confident about underlying infra, whatever automation you learn, that's meaningless. You first need to know end to end about the underlying infra. So you first learn AWS. AWS itself have a DevOps tools. As part of our course, we are going to learn the DevOps tools like a code commit, code deploy, code build, and code pipeline. This we are going to discuss here. Okay. On top of that, some common tools there, right? Free Jenkins course, free GitHub course. I'm going to share how exactly I'm sharing that free Linux course. I already made these courses, pre-recorded ones. I'll give it to you guys. You go through it. Okay. So then you decide. Do you really need a dedicated one? Right. A dedicated course, you can decide. So, but in my opinion, for now, not really required. AWS own DevOps tools is too sufficient to start your career. And do I really need to have a high configuration laptop? No. To practice very basic configuration laptop also fine. You don't need to have any high configuration laptop. So why? Because everything runs in the browser. Everything runs in cloud. We are just connecting to it. That's it. For that, we are going to use putr command prompt. Okay. And this course is 9 to 10:15 a.m. IST. 9 a.m. to 10, maximum 10:15. Okay. So sometimes we cannot cut short by 10. If topic is demanding, or if we extend for 5 more minutes, we may complete the topic in such type of scenarios, right? So it's going to be extended for 10, 15 minutes. Okay. So or I can simply mention 9 to 10 or 10:15 a.m. IST, Monday to Saturday. If required, we can skip sessions on Saturday. I'm happy to. Okay. And 45 working sessions, not days. Total 45 sessions we require. Depends on holidays and Saturdays. So total 45 working sessions. And another question. How many years of experience I can add once I complete this course? If you have a gap, this is also one of the very common question. Like I did my graduation in 2017, I did my graduation 2015 or 2019. So what I can do, how I can fill that gap? This is one of the common question. So to fill that gap, add some experience. If gap is huge, master in Linux, add that for 2 years, add AWS for 3 years. If gap is huge, if you don't have gap, 1 year gap, that's absolutely fine. Okay. So, but if gap is huge, fill that. If gap is 3 years and all, so then you can cover up that with AWS itself. Okay. So, but the condition is, if you are able to perform all the given tasks, then definitely you can add that experience. 3 to 4 years experience, you can add and you can represent in your interview. Some points I'll talk how exactly it simulates real environments. Okay. And 1 second, I'm pausing the recording. This is a problem. Naresh team, if I'm stopped recording, there is a purpose for it. Moonlight is happening. If someone caught me, my job gone. So I want to show that I'm working somewhere. That's the reason I'm pausing the recording. These guys are over curious. Okay, so that proves my yeah. So whatever thing I'm going to teach here, that is simulated real activities. And that is one thing. And every day we are going to prepare such type of document. I'm going to give a link where you can find all these documents. But you need to wait till batch finalized. Okay, that's the first thing. And There is a AWS book. I wrote a AWS book. So it's a 250 pages book. So once batch is finalized, I'm going to share this book with you guys. Whatever the topic we are discussing now, the cloud computing, advantages of cloud computing, right? Service models, deployment models, what are the topics we'll discuss tomorrow? Those all, everything is noted down here with valid screenshots. Okay. So this is like your user guide for practicing purpose, for reading purpose. Okay. So this document I'll share you once our batch is finalized. And what about practice? You need to create your own AWS account. Okay. And while you're practicing, if you are getting any questions, we have a collaboration platform called Slack. Okay. So you will be added to that respective Slack group once you done the payment and all. Okay. So then whenever you are facing any difficulty, so you post your screenshot here, I'm going to give reply. So at any time you can practice. For example, this guy is like, practicing something, he got an issue. So then I'm providing responses here. You see, copy S3 file from console. So he did that and it is working, confirmed. So similar way, while you're practicing, if you're facing any difficulty, or if I want to share any questions, for example, these are some certification questions I want to share, I'm going to use this platform. For example, he is facing some issue, he dropped something, I replied something. Okay. So similar way, we are going to use a platform called Slack for a collaboration purpose. GitHub for material purpose. So yeah. These are the common things I get for every single batch. I covered that. If you still have any more questions, we can discuss. Yeah. If you have any questions, you can drop in our chat box or you can raise your hand. I'll allow you to unmute. Will this course help me answering AWS security certification? So security certification is a specialist category. So you must have at least like a real 3 to 4 years experience. Anurag, then definitely yes. What is basic knowledge to learn AWS? I think I already covered that, Varma. 9 years gap. I think I had talked about that. Okay, here a message from Naresh team, Rajesh. Any payment and class related ones, you can WhatsApp him on this number. Okay, this Prasad, I'll take this question in our next session. Linux is required for AWS. Yes, Ramya, Linux is definitely required. Okay, I can see 4 hands raised. Yes, Sri, you are allowed to unmute. Go ahead with your question. Sri K. I'm not able to hear you if you're talking anything. Yes, Mr. Aves. Interview and job related activities also cover. Yes, Ankit, we are going to cover even like, resume preparation also. I'm going to share sample resumes and I'm going to talk how to prepare your resume and all. I'm going to talk about that. I am a BCom student. Am I good to go with this course? See, my responsibility, I'll make you to understand the subject. In interview, when HR is asking like, you are from BCom, so you need to prepare like, a cosmetic answer, a beautiful answer, right? So that HR need to convince But my responsibility, yes, I'll make you to understand the subject. On 1st October, so Rajesh Mandala, you need to contact this number. Contact this guy. He will help you. His name is Rajesh. Contact him. In this course is related to AWS developer. So no, our primary focus is on operations, not development. Okay. So our primary focus is on operations. This Oracle knowledge is helpful. It's added advantage, Abhijit. Why? Because we are going to discuss RDS. In RDS, Oracle also a part. So if you already have experience with Oracle, so you can easily understand that module, RDS module. But again, remaining all module, you need to start from scratch. As an operations guy, which certification should I opt? You can go for solution architect certification. That is a widely used one, and widely adapted one, and also I can say more demanded one. So, but sysaps administrator is more opt when coming to job and roles. Okay, I just passed out this year, and I can add 3 years experience. So why? Why if I ask, you just passed out, right? Why you need to add 3 years experience? Okay. Here, real-time scenarios related to questions are asking in interviews. Will you share? Yes, sir. So basically, Tarak Ram, the questions we are going to discuss here is just to give you confidence only, I logged into one of the environment and I've shown. So that how things are working in real environments, similar thing I'm going to replicate here. Even periodically, I'm going to log into one of the account and I'm going to show how things are working there. So that gives confidence, right? So even in interview also, you can you can talk pretty confidently. Or the recorded videos is available as, is it free or it will cost? It will cost. Basically, Naresh team can answer that. Manish Anand. So currently working as a production support engineer for one of these app tools, then how I need to convert the skills. See, production support, you are already into support, you are going to take care, monitoring things, how things are working, where things got broken, right? So now, instead of support, now you are going to be part of operations. So there is a difference between support and operations. Operations guy will do the things. Okay, support guy will tell, okay, where the issue is, whom need to contact, they will raise incident and they will make things work. So now, by learning this AWS, you can convert your support skills to operation skills. As you already know the process, you need to do how things are working. You need to know and you need to make things work. So then you can promote yourself as an operations guy. What are tiers in AWS? We will discuss that in our coming session. Next session, Fayaz. Will this course help me in becoming AWS data engineer? Yes, Akhil. So definitely, why? Because we are going to discuss RDS, we are going to discuss Redshift. So these all tools Athena, Glue, these all tools required if you want to promote yourself as a AWS data engineer. That we will discuss. After completing this course, can we get a job? That depends. That depends on you, how much efforts you are putting, how you are promoting, and how is the market. Depends on all these things. Can we get job only AWS, or if DevOps will needed, how much package we can expect as a fresher? So first thing, see, basically DevOps is an automation thing. AWS completely operations thing. Operations, they can give it to a fresher, but automation, if something break down, everything breaks, right? So for a fresher, they won't hand over all the production environments and the automation things. You first, generally the flow is, first you need to be into support, then operations, then automation.
right? So go with that flow as you are mentioning you're a fresher. Are you going to cover Ansible, Terraform? No, Manish. We are not going to cover Ansible and Terraform. This is purely AWS course. I'll give a AWS course curriculum. Sir, what is difference between AWS and GCP? Like in simple, AWS is like a Skoda car. GCP is a Maruti car. Both do same work, but manuals, engine capacities, what features they are giving, such type of differences are there. But end of the day, both are same. Okay, this is a course content URL, guys. I'm pasting it in our chat box. Just click on that link, you will get it. Basically, I'll take you through in our next session. But if you are too curious to know what are the things we are going to learn, so that, like, with this link for classroom users, you can take a picture of this. You can take a picture or you can take a screenshot or you can write it down for course content. What about notes of everyday classes for offline and online? So Phanindra, I'm going to put all the notes in a central repository. There is a URL. If you enter that URL, you will get all the notes. Prasad, I already told you, I'll pick your question in our next session. So this is our course content. Okay, just type this URL in your browser and the URL is working. I tested. Don't say URL is not working. Okay, I tested it. It is working. Yeah. Okay, in initial sessions, right? It may lag, like, because of all these regular questions. So, but yeah, if I miss any of your questions, I'll pick that questions in our next session. All right. So I hope you guys have that Naresh IT admin number. If you have any questions, you can contact him. And also you can use same meeting link. You can use same meeting link tomorrow also. It works for coming, it works for this entire week, I believe. For coming 3 to 4 sessions, it works. I pasted the URL again. Yeah. So thanks for your time, guys. See you again tomorrow. Have a nice day.